How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another one of these type of one-off videos as I revisited a past FNAF Fangame just to wrap up or finish up an all-max mode challenge or the sort that had been on my backlog or on my mind for quite a while at this point, this time being the Nightmare mode for a severely underrated Five Nights at Treasure Island or FNAF Fangame called Iterum Insel. And yeah, speaking of which, this footage was recorded yesterday, whenever the FNAF 2 movie finally had hit theaters. So, to those who had went to y'all's local theaters with family, friends, I just hope that y'all had an awesome time with watching the Peak sequel to the first Peak movie. So, yeah, I still gotta freaking watch or go out there and see the FNAF 2 movie myself since I hadn't seen it just yet. I am still gonna, well, limit my internet usage at just not being on the internet as much. Hey, I will freaking do that, but, whenever I'm trying to watch YouTube stuff, yeah, I will probably freaking, yeah, see a couple of side FNAF 2 movie spoilers. Yeah, I already had seen a couple of them for myself, but hey, I did try my best to freaking erase those scenes or, well, screenshots of those spoiler-heavy scenes out of my mind. So, yeah, that's just a whole bunch of me stuff that I really still gotta do. So, yeah, I am trying my best to freaking avoid any FNAF 2 movie spoilers. Just like so. So yeah, going back on track with the rest of this already flimsy intro here, yep, I had done this intro so many freaking times that my brain is freaking confused at this point, but hey, let me just go ahead and break it down here. So yeah, over a year back, I did play through all of the main game of Iterum Insel, and this still has to be one of the most insanely freaking good Five Nights at Treasure Island games that I had ever freaking played through before, and just even returning back to games such as these right here that are so severely underrated, yeah, I am still baffled that barely anyone had freaking, played through Iterum Insel. Yeah, whenever I did search up the name of this game, yeah, I did actually see that only a couple of other people, or like 1 to 2 other people, had, yeah, checked this game out, and I'm like, really? So, this Five Nights at Treasure Island fan game is still sorta, well, out of the spotlight in a way, and so, yeah, just seeing this Five Nights at Treasure Island game here, a lot of work and a lot of passion just went so much into this, project here that, yeah, I still felt bad in a way that this, Treasure Island fan game just remained so far off the radar, away from anyone else's radars, actually. But yeah, this game was still in my mind because of one single thing that I have yet to finish up for myself, and that was, and still, in the past, if I was, still doing this said intro before getting started with the freaking Nightmare mode for Iterum Insel, that's still being the Nightmare mode for Iterum Insel. And yeah, this was one of those other challenges, or, well, side things, that had been pushed out of the way for quite a freaking while. And yeah, this was on my backlog as I was taking care of a lot of other FNAF fan games or other challenges during that said period of time. So yeah, the Nightmare mode for Iterum Insel was still there. Like, I wanted to come back to this game, but there was a couple of other issues. Number one being, obviously just checking out a lot of other peak and hype stuff during that period of time over the course of like this past year, and another being a, pesky soft locking bug that did freaking block out your ability of going into the custom night and, well, just going into the custom night just to freaking restart up the Nightmare mode or, well, do anything else really. For the custom night for this Treasure Island fan game here, it is quite unique because instead of just like messing around with like any AI values, you can only just select any of those, enemies or foes or threats or whoever else to be on or off during the custom night itself. So I thought that was a little unique in its own way. But this soft locking bug, let me just go ahead and go more into detail on how that transpires. So, after that you do finish up nights 1 through 5 and 6, then you unlock the rest of the extras, obviously, and including the freaking custom night itself. So, yeah, you can go into the custom night just to, well, see what's going on in there, just the same old usual custom night menu itself. And so, whenever you do get started with the Nightmare mode, yeah, you just see everyone's doing their usual rounds, just attacking you, but then all of a sudden there's this one extra goober that had caused me a lot of trouble, and they do freaking cause the soft locking issue to happen. So there's like this outline or white outline of this feline cat character that pops up occasionally on the camera system just to block you out from interacting with anything else on the camera system. And yeah, as of now, there's still like a couple of other visual bugs where, you know, anyone who is moving on the cameras or anywhere else in the place, such as like Schism or Mortimer, yeah, the camera blinking will sometimes just flicker in front of your face if you're not on the camera monitor itself. But yeah, that's just another side visual bug for me to bring up here, since that does happen a few times during like any of these other recent attempts here. But yeah, let me just go back to this feline character. Yeah, I'm just gonna call them F for feline. So feline, whenever they do pop up on any of the cameras, yeah, they're supposed to only pop up on one camera at a time, but they do sometimes follow you around as many times as you switch to any other cameras. And so whenever you do press anywhere else on the screen, then you're greeted with a Golden Freddy jump scare from feline. And so you are kicked out of the game, and so you have to go back in. But the problem is, you can't freaking get back into the custom night as many times as you can. Well, by tapping on that custom night button, you unfortunately can't freaking get back in. Hey everyone, so this is Editing Me here. Not only the custom night is locked, but I also did figure out that the game acts like that you did start it up for the very first time, and so all of that progress did seem like it may have been erased, and so you can't, you know, press on any of the other options, look at the other character portraits, and the only one that you can look at is Photo Negative Mickey. So with this nifty little fix that I will bring up in the next few seconds, then yeah, everything else in the game will, you know, be auto-fixed, and so, yeah, all the extras will be unlocked, since maybe the game did sorta, well, have like this whole loading error with itself that it doesn't detect like any of the bits of progress that were saved, and so whenever you do interact with the journal, then the game does register, you know, the progress you've made, and so you get right back to where you last left off at, and so the rest of the extras will be unlocked again. So yeah, back to the video. But then I did shortly thereafter devise like a very simple sort of solution to that problem. But then, you know, for these recent tries and, well, me finishing up the nightmare mode quite recently, yeah, emphasis on the word recently, I know I keep saying it. Yeah, I did come up with like a much more simplified solution. So yeah, I will just go ahead and like show a well, clip here of me just, well, showing all the fix of if any of y'all are wanting to try this game out for yourselves and want to do the nightmare mode, then yeah, I will go ahead and show up like this visual explanation on how y'all can actually, you know, solve this soft locking bug. So yeah, instead of just me explaining it and yeah, me going all over the place with me just explaining some things sometimes, yeah, that will be the very next clip. And so yeah, I will go ahead and show it up right now. Alright, so I'm in the game now, and yeah, just like always with these repetitions of me trying to freaking do intros, outros, or other parts of like these freaking clips for, well, any of my videos all wrapped up, yeah, I am still stuttering like a freaking madman. So yeah, let me just go ahead and show y'all a quick little fix on how to fix up the custom night soft locking bug. So for starters, the menu here, yeah, there is something a little bit off, as the game right now is already bugging, and so we're just gonna act like that y'all got jump scared by feline, kicked out of the game, and y'all launched it up freshly from there. So how I can tell that this is bugging, if y'all see at the top right, yeah, there's supposed to be two golden Mickey medallions for finishing up nights 1 through 5 in night 6. So yeah, they're not there at the top right, so there is a little bit of bugging already starting to happen here. However, if I do go into the extras here, oh, hi there, Mickey. I caught you at the right moment with trying to take off your own freaking head, doing that elusive head taking off trick. So if I press on this custom night tab at the bottom left, then yeah, we can hear some little clicky clacks, and we aren't transported into the freaking custom night itself. So if I do exit back out to the menu, then yeah, we don't see any much difference at all. However, to solve this bug, go into Jake's diary, and for some reason this is how to fix the custom night soft locking bug. And then you press enter to go back into the menu itself, and then as y'all can see, I got both of these golden Mickey medals on the menu here again. So yeah, completed night 5, completed night 6. And so if I go into the extras, so maybe the game has to register you getting both of those medallions first, and then it will unlock the custom night for y'all to mess around with. And so if I press on the custom night tab, then we are loaded into the custom night menu itself. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly show this off, and well, I guess I'll go ahead and I'll pass it on over back to Past Me, as I'll take it away for the rest of the video, well, just the main gameplay portion of the video, because I will pop back up right at the very end to do the outro. So yeah, take it away, Past Me, as he'll finish up the Nightmare mode for Iterum Insel. And there we go. I finished up the nightmare mode for Iterum Insel after so much later. Hey, there we freaking go. So, yeah, I finished up the nightmare mode for Iterum Insel after so much time later, I meant to say. So, yeah, finally got that done. So, I guess that was pretty much all for this short video, as I finally finished up the nightmare mode for Iterum Insel after over a year later, ever since the first initial playthrough of me finishing up the main game. Yep, it always feels nice coming back to these past FNAF Fangames just to finish up any max modes or other challenges or anything else that might be extra for me to take care of in any of these FNAF Fangames. So yeah, the Nightmare mode, it was a lot of fun to finish up. I still love the overall, simple but still yet intense gameplay loop of this entire game. Just go onto the camera system, stare at like a couple of threats that need all of that desperate attention, and yeah, just staring at Donald and the gas cot, just having like this whole juggling act with, looking after any of these threats. Meanwhile, check on how photonegative Mickey is doing with their own freaking temperament of not listening to any of those creepy tunes after just only a few seconds at a time. So yeah, you just gotta press on that, record or intercom system just to blast these old-timey tunes to calm down photonegative Mickey. Meanwhile, Schism and Mortimer are just some other fricks and, well, technically feline, really, are, just some extra threats that you have to also keep watch out for. So yeah, for Schism, they do go through the cellar in the vent system. The vent system is, well, you don't have to worry about that. You just gotta keep on regulating the temperature as much as you possibly can just to create like a heat wave and flush out Schism out of the vent system, but they sometimes can't go over to the cellar, and so you have to use your camera flashes to blind them away from the cellar. And so for Mortimer, they do actually, do their own thing, just showing up on like 2 of all of the cameras on the camera map, and then in your office. And so whenever he is in the office, that is like a really nice opportunity to freaking, generate more power. So you can just deal with anyone else for like a good few seconds, and then hop off of the camera PC, charge up more of that power, and then stare at Mortimer in the face till he actually does go away. And so for Feline, yeah, sometimes you definitely gotta worry about when they're about to show up on any of the cameras. If they do follow you around, then that's an insta-game over. But if they do show up on one camera at a time, then, hey, you are good for the rest of the freaking game. Since whenever they do show up on all the freaking cameras and follow you around, then, yeah, regardless if you try to, hop off of the camera PC system, then you're gonna freaking get insta-killed by Feline. And so, yeah, after finishing up the entire Nightmare mode, yeah, like I said before a few moments ago, it always still feels really great just to mop up any of these extra, modes out of the way so I can focus on future FNAF Fangames or some other max modes or other challenges I might probably get started for some other time. So I guess that was it for my overall thoughts of me just finishing up the Nightmare mode for Iterum Insel, yet another banger of a 5 Nights at Treasure Island fan game. Yeah, Pale Fired, and to the rest of the dev team, yeah, let me just scroll all the way down here into the game page description just so that I can show off where proper credit is due to all of these fellas that did such an amazingly well done job with this 5 Nights at Treasure Island fan game that contributed to, this project, did the voice acting stuff for this project. Yep, Pale Fired, and to the rest of the dev team, yeah, y'all nailed it with this one. So if anyone has enjoyed this entire one-off video as I returned back to Iterum Insel and finally wrapped up the Nightmare mode, then y'all do it down there since all of you are amazing. Like, comment, and definitely subscribe if y'all haven't already, and hit that bell to be notified of all my future content and streams, because I do sometimes stream on my channel. And yeah, definitely go down there into the description, go over to this Game Jolt page for Iterum Insel, and download the game for y'all selves, because yeah, this was and still is a whole lot of fun. So I'll see y'all right until next time. Thank y'all guys so much for watching this, and yeah, see y'all.